Raya related cuisines. Yeah. Oh, the ducks are coming to imarahkan Majlis Hari Raya. Endless length of Wakatipu. I'm getting sent out. This is New Zealand's South Island. Day 5, 12th of August 2019. Today is Aidil Adha in New Zealand, in which the day started off with a rather cold and foggy morning. Now, being the fact that it's Aidil Adha today, we thought we'd go and celebrate, because why not? So we looked for a perfect picnic spot to do so, and at the end, we decided to head to Lake Moke. What's up guys, welcome to our 5th official day in New Zealand. Currently, our plan is to stay at another campsite till probably around afternoon, because currently the weather is quite foggy, as you can see, and the scene again is just beautiful. As you can see, we are unfolding some chairs and tables for some picnic during the noon.
The flocks are coming.
While we waited for the fog to clear up, we thought we'd kill some time with some of the things instead of just setting up our picnic table. Oh, that's close. Oh yes, that's close.
Much later.
Mercifully, the fog slowly opened up and we readied up for our long-awaited Raya celebration at New Zealand. Because today is Aidil Adha in New Zealand, we took an opportunity to cook some Raya related cuisine here in New Zealand. Pretty cool. Also, since it's Raya, now this sounds much more befitting for Aidil Adha happening today. You can see others dressing almost the same way as I do. Cool. Now, of course, since it's an Eid festival, we should stick to an appropriate dress code. So we decided to put on our baju Melayu. Now, I don't know if it really sounds cringy, but it's perhaps a good thing. Maybe to let other New Zealanders or tourists that probably might be around us know about our Malaysian culture. That's always interesting, don't you think?
Yang takut ada dia banyak lagi ni.
Raya related cuisines. Yeah.
Dah ke sana dah. Zesty color.
Wow, I didn't know what's that for. Decoration.
Biar colours.
So the table is more vibrant.
Yeah.
Soon after.
Okay. Raya lunch
Portrait
is ready. For today's Aidil Adha lunch, we have some ketupat, chicken curry, beef rendang, chicken rendang, as well as peanut gravy, kuah kacang. In Malay, kuah kacang. Ambil je lah. Now, for your information, we mainly serve traditional Malay Raya cuisine. I still couldn't believe that we actually brought some Malaysian tradition into New Zealand. Oh, and there's one more thing that easily makes our Raya celebration at New Zealand like no other. I don't want to brag or anything, but this was like the most expensive Aidil Adha celebration that we ever had, to be honest. The part that makes it so costly is the backdrop. I mean, just look at the backdrop. The snowy capped mountains is something you don't often see in Malaysia. I mean, from the perspective of a Malaysian, you don't often get to see this sort of backdrop back in my home country. And so alhamdulillah, it was such an experience having our Aidil Adha celebration at New Zealand itself. yes, we do have uninvited visitors coming along as well.
Oh, the ducks are here again. Woo! Coming to imarahkan Majlis Hari Raya. I really don't know what the ducks are gonna eat from one of the meals that we are having right here right now.
You want the tulang? Semua kau bantai, tulang kau telan.
Ducks here, New Zealand ducks literally eats anything.
Pandang sebesar.
Maybe, right? The ducks could have tasted the rendang for the first time. These ducks.
After quite a wonderful picnic at Lake Moke, we soon carried on our journey. Our long drive from Lake Moke eventually led us to the vast Lake Wakatipu again. But more specifically, we are heading to Glenorchy, which is a small village a couple kilometers north of Queenstown, where the vast lake terminates at.
Okay guys, we have arrived at Glenorchy. It's basically a really small little town that is situated not far from the edge of Lake Wakanatipu, and we have quite a lot of people all around us, which is no surprise because it's already in the evening.
There is a bridge which brought us above Lake Wakatipu and gave us a better look at the lake itself.
Somewhere around there is where Lake Wakatipu ends, and over here it's just endless length of Wakatipu. It just continues going. Wow, that's so big.
As the day slowly come to a close, it was time to look for a spot to camp for the night. But we decided to try to camp in a somewhat different way. We shall be camping at a much higher altitude, which brought us to Crown Range Road, being the highest main road in New Zealand connecting Queenstown and Wanaka. After battling the zigzags and steep inclinations of the road, we finally arrived. Yes, we shall be freedom camping here. Oh, and honestly, I was a bit scared.
So scary, man.
Now when we arrived at that campsite, I think I had no other feelings than just terrified. There's a freaking cliff or drop or ledge, whatever, that's just next to where we parked at our campsite. This got me terrified.
Wow. Now, you don't want to look down, but you can just have a quick glance what it's like to see what's downhill. But to avoid any potential danger of our camper vans from, tumbling downhill, na'udzubillah min dhalik, or landslides over there, we decided to park somewhere in the middle of the freedom camping site.
I just imagine, like, what if there was a blizzard or something and the wind happened to be so strong to a point where it just pushed our camper vans off the ledge. Wow, this thinking just kept boggling my mind. Apart from this drop that was just next to us, because we are at a high altitude, and that clearly means that we have to bear through really, really cold weather. No wonder why that campsite was like pretty icy, pretty snowy. You're like really close to the mountains around you, and the mountains there are like snow-capped at their tops. And so there's no doubt it was freezing cold, that when you go outside, it just feels like you're at Everest or something. I don't know.
Most people would tend to camp, close to the edge of a, lake and stuff like that. But this is like To me, it's like camping to a new level. Seriously. I'm getting inside now. It's super cold.
Despite the windy weather and a huge drop next to us, there was an upside. Mercifully at night, the skies opened up, which gave us an opportunity to gaze at the stars and enjoy the breathtaking views of the surrounding mountaintops and a distant cityscape. Now, alhamdulillah, during the night, we got to see a phenomenal view of Queenstown with all the lights and stuff. We got to see all those lights that light up Queenstown. You could see those yellow specks clearly from this image. That just goes to show how distant we are, or how high we are relative to Queenstown or relative to the sea level. Another thing that I noticed was actually there was a webcam. I didn't really notice that at the first place. Then I realized that there was actually a webcam that was situated close to where we parked at. Maybe the webcam might be really useful, especially for potential Crown Range Road users. I do not know, but I feel it's useful in some ways. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to capture the Aurora Australis at that time because it was not new moon when we were traveling to New Zealand. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to see Aurora Australis. But the views of Queenstown and the view of the surrounding mountains is nothing but phenomenal.